Good morning. How's everyone doing? Everyone have a good weekend. I hope you did. We are doing well on my side. We had a good weekend. We did a little bit of yard cleanup. It was really warm yesterday and went for a good long walk. We got a nature preserve next to us, so that was pretty cool. One of my buddies, Marty Grisanti, great guy, he posted something on an internal group that we're on, and sent a text message. And there's a book called Magic of Thinking Big. If you guys didn't hear that, it's The Magic of Thinking Big. In the book, he says he has a quote that says, "Action cures fear." And guys, that's super true. I think it's awesome. So as you're getting started Monday morning, if you're afraid, if you're nervous, if you have a fear inside of you or whatever you do, just taking action towards whatever that thing you're trying to do big, you start putting the pieces together. Don't let fear override what you're trying to do. So I'm going to jump in and we're going to kick it off. We're going to kick it off strong this morning with some new leads. So again, for y'all who are jumping on, I hope you're doing freaking awesome. And plugging away. These were new leads that came in on Friday and over the weekend. So hopefully we'll have some good conversations this morning. There's a lot going on this week. I gotta change a lot. I gotta finish up some paperwork. I'm reshifting over a guy in my company, and we got to pick up some stuff. I just texted out. We're sending out a new contract for a piece of property. We've also got showing on another property we got to do tomorrow. We got real estate power play coming up. We've got the new podcast that just dropped. So if you guys go to iTunes and check it out, we got that one that just dropped. There's a lot going on this week. So, but we're dialing. So it's dialing through. It's been 3 dials so far. Hopefully we'll pick.
Hello.
Hey, is this Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeffrey, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Penny Street in Cedar Springs.
Yeah.
You want to sell that property or no? I think you spoke to my assistant on Friday.
I mean,
that response tells me that you're skeptical. What are you thinking, bro?
Got to be a lot of money.
Hey, we got a lot of money if it's the right kind of property we want to buy. I mean, it might not be a good fit, but it might. Do you guys want to sell? Let me ask you this. Let's just cut through it. Do you want to sell the property?
It's going to be, we are going to be eventually anyways.
Okay. So when you say eventually, it sounds like this isn't the time that you guys were thinking about moving. That was going to be in a couple years. That's usually what that means when people tell me that.
The plan was a couple, but money was enough.
Okay. What's enough money? What do you want for it?
500.
500K.
Yep.
All right. Does it, tell me about, does it, if you were to say the condition, it's been fully remodeled in the last couple of years, it's really nice on the inside and well taken care of, it needs a lot of work, or it's scary, what would you tell me?
I mean, it hasn't been remodeled. It's going to basically probably flooring.
Okay.
That's what it's going to need.
Okay. So flooring throughout?
Living room for sure. Living room, dining area.
Okay. Are you guys living there, or is it a second property?
No, we live there.
Okay. And how are you coming up with the $500,000 price point? Is that something you're working with a realtor on? Is it because it's got land? Like, where's that coming from? Just what you want?
That's what it would have to be for us to do anything right now.
Gotcha. So, okay, that's fair. From what I'm seeing, just from pulling it up, a property on 4th Avenue, literally right around the corner from you, just like you turn right on the street, you go up. I mean, that one sold for $253. around the corner. So I don't know if I'm missing something or if that's just, hey, you know, that's what it's got to be for us to sell. Now, that's kind of what I'm seeing as far as market prices go, man.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess we're done.
All right. Well, hey, Jeffrey, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, my man.
Yep, see.
Bye. All right. Let me update this real quick. So, you know, one of the things as you're going through these leads, guys, is just try to cut to the chase, right? Don't be afraid if it's a no. If it's a no, just call it a no. Don't push things, right? Don't be crazy. Don't push things. Not interested. Follow-up sequence. Don't push things. Just call it out and just be like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. Is it crazy? Oh, no, it's not going to work. Okay, cool. It's not going to work. And we'll jump back in here and just go from there, right? And don't be afraid. I think so many of us are afraid. I know I was for a number of years, afraid of those calls, right? Because it's like, man, I want to try to get it for a discount. I want to do this. I want to do that. But like, why would these people do that? Guys, don't worry about that, right? Just jump in. Ask for what you're looking for. I've said this over and over. Ask for what you're looking for. And eventually it'll pop up, right? You're just jumping through it and trying to make it work. Sorry, my kids are in the background. And ask for what you're looking for. Some people will be in a situation where they want to sell and we can solve their problem. Some people are not going to be in that situation and both are okay. You know, there's a part of an element of us being willing to tell them, no, I'm not willing to do that. Right. And at the same time, not back down. Right. Well, it's got to be a lot of money. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, crap, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, okay, well, the deal's got to make sense. What does it look like? $500,000 purchase price doesn't scare me. Right. Let's talk about something real. Right. Do you want to sell? Well, maybe not. So
1 6 5 7 0 7
voicemail.
2 1 0 is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages.
So it's made 7 calls this morning. How you guys doing this morning? Everyone doing well? Hopefully we'll get some good ones. We'll get some good ones this morning. We had 17 brand new leads. Those are what I'm starting off with. Then I got some follow-ups that we're pushing out and doing some follow-ups. Then after that this afternoon, I've got a team meeting. And then I've got a couple guys. I've got 2 people who are interested in a property I was working on Friday. That's why I couldn't be here with you guys. A couple on Friday. And so I got to call them back, and I'm supposed to do a showing tomorrow for one of the properties we're wholesaling. So other than that, we're just hey man, we're just plugging away. We got more marketing. We're getting ready to implement text message marketing again. So I've got a conversation about that to start that up. So we'll have cold calling, we'll have texting, and we'll have direct mail with things that were going on in our operation. And from there, so man, this Monday morning, people are not answering.
You have reached Sharon Campbell.
Shannon Campbell, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on 59th Street and Grand Junction. I must have caught you at a bad time with it being Monday morning. I'll give you a call a little bit later on to see if you're interested in selling. If you're not, just feel free to call me back and let me know. Other than that, Shannon, my name is Ronald Walker, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Let's see. Jumping on here. Where we at? Just joining and loving the knowledge I'm getting. Cool. It's good for me when I run the numbers before cold calls. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, is this Craig?
It is. Who's this?
It's Craig. This is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Saint in Allegan. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Hi. What's that?
Did I catch you at a bad time?
I'm just rolling some paint. Go ahead.
There, nice. I understand. I've caught a couple people this morning while they going to work or at work. So, do you want to sell that property or no? I know it's a vacant lot.
I'll sell it. I'll sell it, but not. I'm not gonna. I'd like to get $10,000 for it.
You want 10 grand?
Yeah.
Wanna buy it?
I do potentially want to buy it. I'm not sure about 10 grand or not yet, but tell me about what's the utility situation with the property going on?
No utilities yet I know of. It's just a piece of land, 2.5 acres. It's right behind the hospital, which kind of makes it, and it's on the river as well.
Yep.
It's got a piece of an island with it.
Nice.
And, it's an investment.
It's got an island on it. Tell me about that.
Well, there's an island in the middle of the river.
That's cool.
We're right at the property. And so it kind of splits the river right in the middle there.
Gotcha.
So on one side of the bridge, it's all kind of built up, but on the side that the property is on, it hasn't been developed. There's just a small neighborhood back there.
Okay. And is it St. Street Avenue? Like, I'm having a hard time pulling it up when I Google the property.
It's not a horseshoe. It's a one street drive with that goes around, kind of looking like the letter P.
Okay.
And so but right now I don't even think that there's I've heard people call it 127 Allegan, but on my property taxes that I pay and stuff like that, it doesn't even have an address.
Gotcha. That's why I'm having a hard time pulling it up. So, well, the good news is I am an investor, so I am looking for something to invest in. I do like little plots of acreage. I've never owned a property with an island, so I could tell people, they can think I'm balling now. It's like, hey, yo, I own an island.
Right.
But I'm sure that's what you do. You're like, dude, look, listen to me. I own an island, so you need to come to my level.
Right. Yeah, so I do the same thing. I invest in properties. I have rentals and and homes in different areas and stuff like that. So
gotcha. Was there ever property like a mobile home or anything on here, or was it always behind the hospital and just vacant land?
It's undeveloped land.
Okay. What about now, because I can't pull it up, I usually look at this for the land. So I just bought, I actually bought 5 acres in Cedar Springs. And then I have another one that's currently under contract for 65 acres in Cedar Springs as well. So that's up north. So I like buying land. I like getting land. We do some development on it, but I don't know if this one will be directly, something we're interested in or not. So if it's not, I'll just tell you no. And I hope you'll do the same thing for me.
Oh yeah.
So on that,
I got it cheap. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I got it cheap, and I seen a deal I thought was a deal. It's on the water. It's behind a hospital,
right?
Which is attractive to me, and so and I'm not sitting on a ton of money, and it could pay off.
Right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I live on the other side of the state, so
gotcha.
I also have another property in Sturgis.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you're like living on the lake or whatever, but it's right across the street from the lake, and it's in a homeowners association.
Is it land or is it a house?
No, that's a land. That's a half acre that has utilities already lined up, and but there's no building on it. It's just an empty piece of land, and it's cleared. It's all cleared. I kept the lawn cut, and it's right on Bay Shore in Sturgis.
I like that.
The house across the street sold for about $500,000, and so
how much do you want? How much do you want for that one?
I'd like to be, for just the land, whatever. I'll get out of it for 25 grand.
25 on that. And what was the address on that one? I'm trying to buy another one up north, on the very similar across the street from the lake. It's a little bit less than half an acre, but I'm very interested in property like that. So what's the address?
Good question. Let me see if I can find it in my phone real quick. It's right on Bay Shore. That plot of land as well. There was 4 plots of land. I tried to get all 4, but I only could get 1.
Okay.
And I'm not going to be able to get at.
That's
it
all right.
quick here
So-
because
Yeah. So let me ask you this: like, what was your plan with the original one and this one? Like, what was your plan moving forward? Like, catch me up to speed. What were you hoping to accomplish? What was all that going to
my
look like?
plan for the Sturgis property, the one across the street from the lake, I wouldn't mind building on it and using that as my own property and possibly Airbnb down the road. To family and friends and stuff like that. So, because it's in a nice neighborhood, surrounded by Amish people, and
Nice.
but there's a property on the lake there. It's Lake Templin. If you pull it up on a map, it might say Camel Lake on there. But that property there, there's one property I think that was selling for $10 million. So it's got some diversity there as far as the economic
Yeah, what's going on around the area? 10 million is quite a lot for
Yeah,
Michigan,
yeah.
man. You don't see those
Yeah.
you don't see those kind of properties
Yeah.
at all up here.
Right.
What street was yours on? Did you say Camel Bay?
It was Camel Lake, and it was on Bay Shore Drive.
Bay Shore. I was trying to find it. I saw Camel Bay. Bay Shore. You said Lake Templin.
Yeah, Lake Templin. It's like Lake Templin is the same.
Oh, I
thing.
found it.
And you found it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't find but I found Bay Shore Drive, so I know right where see
Yeah.
right where that's at. And it's not on the lake; it's
Yeah.
across the street, right? It's not one of the ones on the lake.
Across the street, correct.
How far down
Yeah,
Bay
there was
Shore?
that
How far down Bay Shore is it? Is it like farther towards the end of the street?
If you're looking at a Google map, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so there's going to be about 4 empty lots right in a row,
Yes.
right across the street and right around in between the two humps of a camel.
Yep.
And mine's one of those right in there.
Okay. I know. Okay.
It's
Perfect.
100 foot wide and it's 220 feet deep.
Okay. So 25 grand for that one. If it was a straight deal, all cash and everything, could you give me a little bit of a discount, or what would that look like?
If you want, straight deal, all cash, no, just me and you, and no real estate agents and all that stuff. I'll go 20 on it.
20 grand.
That's a bottom price. So
Okay.
I kind of like that property.
Right. No, it looks like a good property, man. If you're willing to do it, this is one I'm definitely really interested in. So, I have this other one I'm getting to now. It's going to be a competition between that one and this one. I like it. I like that it's on the lake right there. I think that's a great buildable spot. At 20 grand, I think that me and my partner would be willing to do that. We are paying cash, no realtor. We use a title company called Owner's Title in Grand Rapids. So they're pretty cool. So,
I've never dealt with them.
okay. I know the owner over there. He's a pretty cool guy. So I've closed most of my stuff with him. So,
Okay.
I like that one. I'm definitely interested in that one with the buildable stuff. The other one I'm not opposed to. Could you use it for like hunting land or no, because the hospital's there?
I actually did a little bit of work for a guy that owns a gun range recently.
Okay.
And I was wondering if maybe you can even put like a shooting range or a gun range or,
It's not a bad idea.
on there, to be quite honest with you. Because there's some hawks and stuff in there. It's kind of, but I don't know about the code, in that county for, like, it's got to be so many feet away of a neighborhood or whatever. And so, but it sits back quite a bit. So,
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Cause a lot of times, just depending on where it's at, if it can be labeled as like hunting land, that could be really cool. But with the amount, it also, with it being a hospital and stuff right there, you might not be able to, or, it might only be, bow hunting or something like that. So,
I don't think that people would actually hunt that property though.
Okay. That's what it sounds like based on what you're telling me.
That's what
So,
you're asking me. I don't think that would be the case. I can see maybe an environmentalist going in there and watching do bird watching and stuff like that, and because it's kind of like that, and maybe doing some canoeing and kayaking and things like that, you know.
Yeah, more just outdoor activities outside of hunting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Craig, my name's Ronald Walker again, by the way, just FYI.
Okay.
I don't expect people to remember me on a one call basis. So, no,
I'll put you in my phone.
No, I appreciate that. So, on the Sturgis property, assuming I could do 20 grand, we'd pay the closing costs. There'd be no realtor. We'd just do a straight deal.
You're talking about 20 grand in my pocket after everything is said and done. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Minus whatever the taxes that are due at the time, if there's taxes.
There won't be any taxes.
So, but yeah, 20 grand in your pocket. I'm going to talk to my partner about it and just make sure we're good with that. The one thing I would ask, if we could, do you mind texting me, like when you find it, just texting me the actual address?
Oh, of course not.
So yeah, if you could do that, if you could text me the actual address, we could do a straight deal, no realtors, all of that. Assuming, that would look like, what would be the next step in your mind? Is it paperwork? Do we have to do something else? Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. I'm calling around because I'm looking for something. So I'm ready to commit as long as we look good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if we could do this as a next step, if we jump off the phone, when you have a second, I know I caught you in the middle of stuff, but if you could find that address and text it to me.
Do you want to maybe try and do a package deal? You want to just, I talk about all cash deal. I mean, if you want to do a package deal, I'll do $27,000 for both properties if you wanted to. If you want to do a package deal.
I'm open to that. I'm potentially open to that. So 27 for both. I'll look at that other one too, now that I've got more information.
Yeah.
For both.
Yeah. That other one, it's a little tricky. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's just, the access to it is just not very, it's gonna take some,
Right. Is it landlocked or is there an actual road to it?
No, it's landlocked.
It is landlocked. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes it less desirable for me.
Oh, of course it does. But I don't want you going into a deal. I don't like to do deals, blind deals.
Yeah.
Just have you assume that, because maybe something down the road will come up and you and I will get together and do something else. And you're going to say, this guy kind of screwed me over last time.
Exactly. I love that. I love it because it always comes around, right? Like reputation. I mean, it goes around, and whether we do something or we do something. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. So, I'm gonna look at both of them.
It's in Hillsdale that owns several properties.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at both of them. I'm leaning towards no on the Allegan property. I'll shoot you straight. I'm leaning towards no on the Allegan property. However, if it's something I'm willing to do, I'll let you know. We'll look at it. If you don't mind texting me the actual address on the Sturgis property, and then
I'll look it up right now. I'll take a break from what I'm doing. I'll get a Mountain Dew and I'll do some homework here, and I'll text it to you, Ron.
That'd be perfect. Awesome, Craig. And then if everything looks good, my next question I have for you. So I have two basic purchase contracts. One is the Michigan State contract, and then one is like a 2-page, just simple contract for small little land purchases like this. Do you have a preference on which one we use?
The only thing I want to do is, I'm hoping just kind of how I'm, shooting straight with you. You'll reciprocate.
Yep.
And I really could care less.
Okay.
As long as we can do a nice clean deal where nothing's going to come back and bite each other in the ass.
I love it. So let's do this. Let's just shoot. That's why I had the 2-page written up, just because it's the Michigan contract. You got to take a you got to take a college course just to understand it, if you know what I mean. So The 2-page one is super simple. It's just, hey, this is a straight cash deal. We're paying all the closing costs. You can read through it and know exactly what it is. So I usually do that on small plots of land like this. When it's a higher end purchase, a $300,000 purchase or a house or something, we do the Michigan one. But so I'll just do that once we get there. So what's your afternoon look like? Could I follow back up with you this afternoon? And if I have any more questions, do that or put together the paperwork and send it to you?
So what? Yeah, you can do that. What I do is on the side, I deliver pharmaceuticals.
Oh, nice.
Just for well, it's a nice little. I'm a retired teacher, and so it just keeps me busy and whatever. But the bottom line is I might be inside of a facility when you call or something like that. So if you do call or text and I don't get with you like right away, I'm probably doing that, but I'll get back to you just as soon as I can.
That's perfect, man. Yeah, if I get your voicemail, I'll just send you a text and just say, hey, call me back when you got a second. All
right.
And Craig, can I get your email? I don't have your email.
Yeah, sure. It's C Frost.
Okay.
Math, MATH, at yahoo.com.
I'm guessing you're a math teacher.
There you go.
There we go. What'd you teach? What what was
Middle
it?
School math.
Middle school. Nice. Cool, man.
Middle school math, algebra, pre-algebra, and all that stuff.
Hey, you had all the kids at a fun age.
Yeah, I ain't missing it.
Hey, that's awesome.
I miss the relationships and stuff like that, but what I don't miss is all the politics. Right. Yeah. Politics. Yeah, I can totally see that. I wouldn't like that either. Having to dance on eggshells around certain things and stuff like that. Yeah, and the micromanagement and stuff like that. It gets old after a while. So that's kind of what I like about delivering these pharmaceuticals. You're in a car, you deliver your pharmaceutical packages, and you don't. There's no grief involved.
Right. That's good. Awesome. Yeah, no, that's good. It makes it easier. It's a good retirement job. I like that.
Yeah. Plus, I can do this too. Like so I do some home remodeling and and investing just like you do and stuff like that. So
hey, man. Well, we should connect at some point again outside of this, and if there's something we could do together, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Especially if you have some ideas on that Allegan property and you wanted to, maybe develop it and now, and do a split or something like that. I wouldn't mind having a look at that.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Like I said, this afternoon, I'm leaning towards no right now, but if we can come up with an interesting plan, maybe we could figure something out. Or, if maybe there was a spot that had road access, or we could figure out some type of easement, that would make it really, then options completely open up. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Let's touch base this afternoon. I'll give you a buzz. If you don't mind, just whenever you have a second, grab a Mountain Dew, send me that address, and then I'll give you a call back and put this stuff together.
Sounds good.
All right, Craig, you're the man. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, Ron. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye now.
All right. So did you guys listen to that? That was pretty cool. Let me update this. So one of the keys, guys, when you're listening to sellers or asking them questions, I think this is a great example. The property we marketed to is not the property that I'm actually looking at purchasing. Just FYI, the property I called on was a landlocked deal. Let me find this dude. Why can't I find him? Craig. Something's wrong. Hold on. Was a landlocked property, but when you're talking to people, Craig Frost. I'm looking up the lead in a different way. Sorry, guys. This is hot. Called him before. Someone removed him from the list. Anyway, when you're talking to him about these deals, just ask him questions like, what's your plan? Well, when I said that, he opened up with this other property at, hey, you might be interested in 20,000, blah, blah. Well, that are the ones on the other side of the lake. Like some of those deals on the lakes like that, those have been some of the best properties to be able to pick up. And whether it is a development or it's a wholesale deal to somebody who is, those are just really, really valuable. And I don't know about 10 million, some of the houses, like you said, but something between 400 and 600,000 is absolutely reasonable for those properties. From across the lake, it's probably somewhere in the $400,000 range. And so that's something that's amazing. So put him as hot. Craig Frost. And I'm just updating this, so I'll remember to call him this afternoon. And that looks like one we might be able to actually potentially put under contract today. That would be super sweet. So I'm just adding that to my calendar this afternoon, guys. So give me just a minute. Then I'll answer your questions real quick because I actually got a number of questions. You guys are freaking awesome. All right. It's difficult for me when I run the numbers before my cold calls begin. I realize that there's a potential deal here. I find myself trying to convince the seller to sell to me as opposed to them already being motivated and having pain. That's a great question. So first off, do not look at the numbers before you call. People have different opinions. I do not look at any numbers. I do that while I'm talking to them. And the reason why is analyzing properties before you know if they even want to sell is a complete waste of time. I'm in Saratoga, New York, new to investing, have a few doors in my Kahoot suite. When their number is higher than where I need to be. Oh, yeah. So don't try to convince. Right? Like I used to do that, feeling like I'm convincing everybody to try to do something. You don't want to do that. You don't want to put yourself in a position that way. Seek to understand what they're trying to accomplish before you try to push what you want on them. And so when you ask, hey, you come in, hey, do you want to sell that property? I'd be open to buy it. Okay, cool. You are wanting to sell. What do you want for it? Hey, I want 300,000. Okay, are you flexible on that number? Yes. Okay, cool. Maybe a little bit. I might do 280. Okay, cool. Tell me about it. Let them explain the information, just like, and you can just pull out Socratic questions and just get them to talk. While they're talking, pull up the comps. And so I do. Look at the area. And then if you notice you're way off, right? Because I have no idea. Sometimes they might be way under. Sometimes they might be way over. I don't know. So let's say they're way off. Let's say they say 400,000, just like I did with that other guy earlier this morning. And he said 500 grand. I pull it up. I see 230. I'm like, okay, this dude's unreasonable, right? So you come back, you say, hey, I'm looking at this property right around the corner from you on blank. It's sold for 230. Am I missing something? Well, no. I guess we're not going to talk. Okay, well, you're just being unreasonable. Let's get off the phone. Or you might pull it out. You might see, oh, cash prices are close to what they're saying, but I need it cheaper. You keep asking them, hey, what's your plan moving forward? What do you want to do? What does this look like? Hey, how do you going to know you made the right decision? Hey, so I'm looking at the area, as you guys are. I'm looking at the area, and then drop the lowest one you see. Hey, I see this property on 123 Main Street. It's sold for whatever, 100 and whatever thousand, right? Can you help me? Can you help me with that? I know you said you would take 170 as your lowest. How do you reconcile that? And then you allow them to justify to you, well, that property is blank, blah, 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 whatever that looks like. And it gives you more information. And then you can say, I'm not 100%, but if I did, why would you? Blah, blah. And then you can just pull it out. That way you're not convincing them. You're literally just taking the information you're getting from them and you're getting from the other side. And you're saying, hey, I want to buy, but this is what I'm seeing. And I don't understand. Why would I do this? And you're trying to get them to kind of pursue you. Well, my house is blank. This is what it looks like. Okay. Well, what was your hope? If I could do that, would you work with me? And then you're working that out together. So that's what I would say is don't analyze the call beforehand. Don't go in, oh, I need to try to convince this guy to do this. Go in, hey, I'm open to buy. I'm open to buying this property. Do you want to sell? What do you want to sell for? Tell me about the house. Hey, I'm an investor. This is what I'm looking for. Are you okay telling me no? That would be the question. Are you okay telling me no? Because I'll tell you no if it doesn't work. Are we cool? I'm trying to work out a deal. Okay. The next thing is, what's your plan with the property? What was your plan? I called you in the middle of a process. What was your plan? You're going to unpack that. Do you want to do this? Do you not want to do that? Then, hey, what happens if I don't buy it? What are you going to do? Okay, this is your plan. If I don't buy it, what are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to do this. Let them unpack it and then say, how will you know this is the right decision, whether you sell it to me or someone else? And then I would go into, okay, assuming everything we talked about can happen, this is the prices I'm seeing. It should blah, 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 come to a price. What's the next step? And you set up a next step and you go from there. So that's good stuff, man. Really good stuff. So let's go and see if we can get another guy on the phone. That was a good conversation for today. I really like the land conversations, by the way. Land is easier. People are a lot more open. There's less people going after them. But you got to have the buyers, especially if you're wholesaling, or you got to have a plan. So at least know what you're going to get into. So I started the calls again here. It's 9:43. How long have we been up? I hope you guys are doing freaking awesome, by the way.
Hello.
Hello. Is this
Yes,
is this
hello.
is this Ray Lynn?
Yes, who's this?
This is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Dunlap.
Uh-huh.
Are you wanting to sell that property or no?
No, I don't want to sell it. Somebody keeps calling me and asking me to sell it, but if I sold it, I wouldn't have any place to go.
Okay.
No.
Do you? I'm assuming you live there then.
Yes, I do.
Okay. No problem. I'm just an investor. I'm looking around for a property to buy. So if you're not looking to sell, I totally understand.
Yeah. Why is it that everybody is wanting to buy these houses? Or because I get like 10 calls a week,
That's a lot of calls a week.
Yeah, for this house.
Well,
So
really.
Yeah.
So really what it looks like, it at some point something happened, and I'm trying to figure out from your side, just based on where you're at, you must have popped up, and it falls within, like, a lot of investors are looking for 2-bedroom, 1-bathrooms in Lansing, right? That are under that $100,000 purchase price. And so that's why we're calling you, right? Is because we're also looking to buy properties we can invest in Lansing, and, whether it's remodel them or bring them, kind of breathe fresh life into them, and then either hold them or resell them. And so people are just reaching out to you for those, for those reasons.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got your number. If something changes, I'll give you a call.
Hey, Raylan, I appreciate it. You have a Merry Christmas, okay?
You too. Bye-bye now.
And the other thing, guys, when you're coming in here, just because someone tells you no, that doesn't necessarily mean no. I know that seems weird. I get it. But that's why you say, hey, not interested. And like right now I go not interested. I do, hey, I want to do my not interested follow-up sequence with them. They get text messages over the next 2 years, because when our cold caller called, she said, yes, I do want to sell for cash. She did. She straight up said yes. And I have some notes there. I call her. She says no. She had a flip in her mind. There's something going on. It's just not the right time. So if we can stay in front of her, right? You don't want the next guy calling her being like, yeah, I am really wanting to sell. They talk to her. They get it. They negotiate with her and they get the deal. If we can stay in front of them, well, then we have the best opportunity of being able to win. So a no today doesn't necessarily mean a no tomorrow. So I got 2 more new leads to call here. 2 p.m. works. Perfect.
Please text first. If not, leave a message.
I've actually already talked to that guy. I had one of his properties under contract, but it needed a lot more work. Heatherstone. Let's see. Let's see if she answers. Nope, no answer. All right, so that's the new leads. I'm going to go back. We're going to go into some of our follow-up leads next. Here, I got a text message. I think this is the address for that property. Sorry, guys. I was just reading this. Is this... Yeah, I think that's the... He just sent me some pictures of the... All right, I'll look at that in a little while. Let's see. Which ones do I want to do next? I'm going to go into... Let me check my acquisition coordinator, see what he's doing. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I'm going to hop into that one. So one of the things when you have two guys working through your leads, you just need to make sure you're not jumping on each other. Call the same guy twice. I've had that happen a number of times. So run. These ones have been in my system for a while, so they're not quite as hot. So we'll see what happens as they come through. Anybody else got any other questions? Come on, guys. Give me some more questions that you guys have. What you guys have to say. 2 days ago. What markets is everybody in? So, Corel, I can go into my not interesteds here in a second. It's pretty simple. I do not follow up with do not call. So if people scream at me or anything like that, I have what I like to call a no brain damage policy. It's actually not real. I get enough freaking brain damage in life. So I don't need crazy people. Years ago, I bought a mobile home, and the guy in the mobile home took concrete, powdered concrete, mixed it with water, poured it down his drain,
Forwarded to an automatic
and
voice
I
message
started
system.
calling those people
616
purple people,
682
right?
4.
Like I don't need brain damage. So I do not follow up with DNC. Also, if someone says stop and you don't, you can get sued. And they have a right, especially if it's automated system. So I would just recommend if they say, please don't call me, blah, 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 if they're...
Hello?
Yeah, is this O'Brien?
Excuse me?
Is this O'Brien, Michael?
No, dude, I think you have the wrong number.
Hey, man, I apologize. Thanks.
No worries. Take it easy.
I don't know why that was in there, actually. That shouldn't have gone in there. That was a Connecticut deal. So what does our not interested sequence look like? So it looks like this. I'll share. It's super simple. So basically I got 10 sequences, okay, or 10 text messages that go out. It's 10 actions, okay, based on the way Podia works. So a buddy of mine has a much more robust. Mark Monroe has a freaking rocking follow-up system that's way better than mine. So does Gabe. Mine is just text messages. All right. So basically what it looks like is they get their first follow-up from me in 60 days if they're not interested. Now, if they're interested but waiting, they get it sooner. Or if they're a hot lead, I do it sooner as well. Okay. But if they're not interested, their first one is 60 days. It's just, hey, this is Ronnie. Are you still open to selling? That's the text message. Then, hey, I was just checking in to see how things were going. That's in a little bit more time. From there, it's, hey, it's Ronald. Just follow up to see if you would be interested in selling that house again. Hey, this is Ronnie. I tried connecting with you. Blah, blah, blah. Hello?
Hello?
Is this Dorothy?
No, Dorothy will be back in about an hour.
She'll be back in about an hour. Okay, I was calling about the house on Frank Street in Kalamazoo. Do I need to talk to Dorothy about that, or?
Well, she's already said she's had about 20 calls, and she says she's not selling the house.
Oh, she's not going to sell the house now?
Nope, and she didn't know where that came from.
Okay, I think we spoke to her. Yeah. Yeah, I think we spoke to her, I don't know, a couple months ago before a lot of the calls, and she was interested, and then it sounded like people just started blowing her up.
Yeah, they did. They really did. And she was saying she don't know who put it out that she wanted to sell it. She never put it on the market or anything. So
I see. Does she live there, or is it a second property?
Yeah, she lives here. No, it's her home.
I see. I see. All right. Well, I'm sorry she's, a whole bunch of people are starting to call, but if she is interested, I would love to be able to buy it. But if she's not, I totally understand that too.
Okay, I'll let her know when she gets back.
All right. Tell her Ronnie Walker called, and I'd love to speak to her, even if it's just, hey, what would be the best next step, and see if there's any options.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. You're amazing. Thank you.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. And so I like to do on the follow-up stuff, just generic messages, right? You don't want them to sound robotic. You want them to sound like you just sent a text message. Hey, this is so-and-so blank, right? And if it just keeps going, all you need is like 10 messages, and then you can have them repeat. So mine automatically starts the actions again. And so it basically goes for 2 years, okay, on the not interested. And then anytime someone texts back, the way I have Podio set up is it earmarks a new text message, and then we can go in there and see. Might actually. Hello?
Hello?
Is this June?
Yes.
Hey, June, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Strait Avenue in Grand Rapids.
Yes.
Do you want to sell that property or no?
No.
No?
Thank you for the call.
Okay, you don't want to sell any of them? Nope, she's not interested. She hung up. She has 5 properties. Looks like an investor. What was I saying? So the follow-ups. But yeah, they keep getting followed up with, right? And so I was gonna look up something, I think, and show you guys before she answered. But if you have those different things, they'll just follow. Oh, the text messaging. So let me show you. I'll actually share my screen here. So share screen. I don't technically like doing this, but so if you come here and in my Podio, up at the top, you'll see new text messages. So this, every time someone texts me back, it'll show a new text message. So I can come in here and I can literally see these are all the people that have texted me and we have not responded to them yet, right? And so we can go down here, you have your VA go down here and start basically going into the text messages saying, okay, what are these guys saying? So that's what I do for text messaging is we do an automatic follow-up. And then after the automatic follow-up, it comes in.
Hello?
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 Is this Greg?
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Madison. How you doing this morning, man?
Good.
Awesome. Do you want to sell that property or no?
On Madison?
Yeah, at least that's the one I'm seeing here. Yeah. The duplex.
Well, I don't know. We're working on it right now.
When you say you're working on it, are you like you're doing remodel to it or you're working on selling it?
No, we're doing getting it painted and changing some plumbing and different things like that.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys are leaning towards just keeping it and holding it for a portfolio.
It just depends, you know. I mean, what kind of price are you looking at?
What do you want?
I want a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even. I haven't even thought about it. Tell you the truth.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. All right, maybe we can get a beer and then once we get a beer, we can work up your will, and we could set it up where you could just give it to me. And I'm totally kidding. No, man, I'm a local investor. So I live in Grand Rapids, but we do stuff in Lansing. I'm a tiger in the woods right now. I'm actually looking for something that we could set up to pick up beginning of the new year.
Hang on, it's Ron, right? Is
Yeah.
that your name?
Yes, sir.
Hang on 1 minute. Well, yeah, this week's not going to be a good week for me because we're trying to get. I was gone for a couple of days. We're trying to get kind of caught up.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a week and let me do some thinking about it, and we can maybe hook up in a week.
Okay, we could do that. We could connect.
All right.
When do you want me to just give you a call sometime in the middle of next week, or is there a better time, like Tuesday or Thursday, or
middle
what?
of next week would be okay.
All right,
Do
cool.
that.
Do you want? Let me just
All
ask you this before you get off the
Mhm.
phone, because I don't want to hound you. Okay, I hate being that guy. Do you actually want to sell it, or do you want to keep it? Either way is totally cool with me, man.
Well, right now, until I get this thing, I'm probably leaning to keep it because what I really want to do is sell this property and the big white house too.
Okay, I'm not familiar
I
with that
own
other
both of
one. Okay, gotcha.
So the other one's a older place. It's got 7 apartments in it. Most of them are studios.
Okay.
We're working on that over there too. We're trying to update some of the stuff.
Okay.
So,
well, then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in here that you're leaning towards no. I'm not I don't want to hound you. Okay. Like I hate being that guy.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. So next week, I'm just going to touch base with you. I'm going to say, hey, you said you were thinking about keeping it. Has anything changed? And we can just go from there. All right. Cause I don't want you feeling like, hell, I'm not going to answer, and I call you 5 times and it's a waste of time for both of us.
That's good. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, Greg. I appreciate it, man. My name's Ronnie again.
Is what?
It's Ronnie Walker or Ron Walker.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right, my man. Thank you.
Right. See you.
Bye. So I like to do that when people are trying to get you off the phone. Just be like, yo, before I let you go, I got one question for you or 2, right? And it resets, and you're trying to get them to be like, yo, don't just freaking push me away. I'm not interested in chasing you. So I would highly, highly recommend doing that as you guys run into those situations. Donald Williams, as they're calling. Any other questions, guys, while we're waiting on some calls? I hope that answers your follow-up thing, Coral. Hello? Is this Donald?
Yes, this is Yvonne. May I help you?
Yeah, this is Ronald Walker. I was actually calling about your property on Chestnut in Lansing.
Yes, have you called before?
I have not spoken to you myself, no. So I think I've reached out to you before, but I haven't, or maybe my partner tried touching base with you and talked to you maybe a week or 2 ago.
Okay, I'm really working, but I can spare you a couple minutes.
All right, I won't take more than a couple minutes. Do you want to sell that property or no?
Yes, for $100,000.
For $100,000.
You want to buy it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you flexible on that $100,000, or is that's what it is, $100,000?
That's what it is.
All right. And can you tell me just a little bit about the property? I have here that's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. What does the inside of it look like?
Nice. There is a bathroom on the first floor.
Okay.
4-piece bathroom.
Okay.
There is dining room, kitchen, pantry. Trying to think of updates, and we're getting ready to redo the floor in the first floor bathroom.
Okay.
There is, let's see, what else are we doing? We put in wood-like floors in the kitchen, so if they spill water on them, it's okay.
Yeah.
We put in new floors in the upstairs bedrooms. It was a 3-bedroom. We modified it to a 2-bedroom. So a larger bedroom could have a walk-in closet.
Okay.
Excuse me. So the larger bedroom could have a walk-in closet.
No, that makes sense.
And
What was your
the other
plan with it?
bedroom
Was
has-
it to hold it as a rental, or like what was the plan moving forward? Obviously, I caught you in the middle of having this property. What do you plan on doing with it?
Well, we would like to sell it because we're moving to Florida, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
just hard to manage property long distance.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Okay. So moving to Florida, is that soon or later? That's pretty cool.
So my husband would move before me,
Nice.
so he would move in April.
Okay. Gotcha.
What is your name again? I'm sorry.
My name's Ron Walker.
Ron Walker.
Yes, ma'am. So
Okay.
I'm looking here. Okay, I'm looking at the properties literally right around the block from Madison, Chestnut, Pine, right there, right? One of them sold on the market with a real estate agent for 117. Okay. That was house next door. House right behind you sold to an investor like myself for 76,000 cash. Okay. On 722 North Pine. And then on 830,
The house next to the Chestnut house, I think it sold for, what did it sell for? 170.
117.5.
No, the house, not the little tiny house, but the house on the other side.
Okay.
Sold recently for 170 something.
I do not see that one. I don't see that one at all.
Are you looking at both houses next to the Chestnut house?
Yeah, I'm basically looking at the houses that are within 500 square feet of yours.
Okay,
So
well, you're missing the house that's right next door, because I know the owner, and he sold that house. I think it was 170 something.
Okay.
And it was a price that was much lower than what the house was worth.
Gotcha.
In fact, he's coming over my house this morning.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. That totally makes sense.
so
And I'm not seeing that, and I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you. Just the ones that I'm looking at that are basically the same. So I'm looking at, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at houses that sold within the last 6 months. Within 250 square feet of yours.
Excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a second. I am a licensed realtor. Okay.
That's fine.
And I have my license, or whatever you call it, holding, because I work for HUD.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a conflict of interest.
Right.
So you don't have to tell me about comparables, because I understand that the price is $100,000.
I understand. I'm simply.
I gotta go because I gotta send a report to someone now. So, Mr. Walker, I appreciate your interest, and if you're just doing it for investment, well, I'm not that interested, because I want people to move into the home, not just investors trying to resell the home.
Right.
No, I don't want them to resell it at even a higher price. No.
Well, before you hang up on the phone on me, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can.
So we hold properties, okay? So I hold them, I flip them. We do owner financing to families. Me bringing up the properties, I simply am trying to understand the price that you're at. So my question is, would you work with me? I've worked with I've worked with tons of realtors. Okay, I've been doing this for 8 years.
I understand.
And so I don't want to argue with you, and I apologize. That's my fault.
You have to go by.
Well, that was fun. You guys got to see a adverse scenario. Sometimes you just can't get on the same page. So that's all right. Anyway, stuff like that, I get irritated, and you guys will get irritated too. It just is what it is. Hello? Right? Hello? Is this Ali?
Hi. Yes, hi.
Hey, Ali, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property in Lemuel in Muskegon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I think I spoke to you about like a couple weeks ago about it.
Okay. I actually sold that property on land contract. So
Oh,
I
man.
don't recall the conversation. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
There's a few people that, several people that contacted me about it, but I ended up actually I'm still sort of in the process of closing right now, waiting for the remaining down payment, but pretty much the papers are all signed. I don't know what kind of purchase you were looking for, like an investment or whatever. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
possibly have signed the land contract, but at this point, I wouldn't be able to sell it in cash or anything like that.
No, that makes sense. Would you sell it for on a land contract? I'm interested.
I think it was like 45. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 45. Yeah, it was 45.
45. Nice. What are you getting down for it?
2,000.
2,000. And what's the monthly payment?
Monthly payments, I think, are around like 300.
Nice.
Yeah. So, it's a pretty long-term land contract.
Nice.
Are you an investor or you're looking for a home?
Yeah. I'm an investor. I buy in Muskegon. Okay. I've done a few deals in the Heights. The reason why I'm pressing you on it a little bit is the Heights is it's so complex. Like there's some that are crazy cheap and there's some that are higher. So I'm always interested in, because I've done a number of land contracts myself, and just knowing what people are getting specifically in the Heights, it's so different and it varies so much. That's why I was curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it. If you don't mind, if you want more information, I could give you more information. The only thing is I'm preoccupied right now.
Okay.
Until about maybe 3 to 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So after that time, there should be more available. But yeah, I'm sorry, this one's not available.
No, you're good. Do you have another one or no?
Not in Muskegon. No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any that you'd be looking to sell or not really?
Yeah, I think I might be able to. But I don't know. How far out in Michigan you're willing to go. Mine is sort of like spread out. A bit of a problem for me, but in other areas of Michigan, I might have something come up.
Okay, I'm open depending on where it's at. My main three are Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and Muskegon are the areas that I focus on the most. But just depending on what it's at, I'm actually looking to buying a piece of land on a lake. In Sturgis. So I'm open. It just depends on the property. So I know you're busy right now. Why don't we connect later on today?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Ollie, I appreciate it. I'll send you a text message, all right? And we'll connect later this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
All right, see you. All right, let's make a note on that one. The fun thing about doing this stuff live, guys, is it's raw and real, right? You guys get to see me get frustrated. You get to see, hey, when people try to stonewall you, we all connect with them. We make mistakes. We do all kinds of stuff. So it's good. It's super good because it doesn't matter if you're the top of the world. I don't care if you're the top of the world. I don't care if you're the most famous dude on the freaking planet. When you're doing cold calls, guess what? You're getting put in your place. Like, let's just be real. When you do cold calls, you're getting put in your place. And if they know you, here's the other thing. If they know you, starstruckness does not equal credibility, right? Being the top, like if they think you're like, rich and you've done all this, it doesn't actually equal them selling to you, right? If they think you're a baller and all this stuff, it doesn't equal that. They're looking for someone credible that can purchase the house from you. Let's see. Contact. And I'm going to add this guy into a follow-up for this afternoon. And call base Michigan. All right, so I'm going to call him later on. Let's go back and pick back up, guys. Good evening, people, please. Your nephew's not feeling well. Sorry about that, bro. I hope that you go and take care of him. Let's see. I am calling some more leads this morning, so we'll see. Anyone got any other questions? I'd love to answer your questions. This is just I mean, this is how the stuff works, right? You jump in, it's real. You figure out how to make it work. And whoa, clicked on. I was trying to respond. Clicked on you guys and made it play a little bit more. How's this going? One of the things we are jumping into this year. Is this Paul?
Pardon me?
Hey, is Paul available?
Yes. Hang on just a second.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.
Hello?
Hey, is this Paul?
Hang on a minute. I lost him.
What's that?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
You said, hold on a minute, and it went dark. I figured I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, the next thing I know, I was talking to a woman.
That's weird. What? I don't know why that would be the case.
I don't either.
It must have been like a different phone call or something. I don't know. So, Paul, my name is Ronald Walker, man. I was calling about your property in Ogma and Rockford. I was wondering if you just wanted to sell that property or not really.
Already sold.
Oh, you did? What'd you sell it for?
That's not your business.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because we're looking at buying property in Rockford, and I'd love to figure out what the prices are, what people are buying it. Did you sell it to an investor or a homeowner?
Investor.
Cool. All right, man. Well, I'll look it up later and kind of see. But you got any other properties you're looking to sell?
Nope.
All right, my man. Well, hey, you go back and have a Merry Christmas.
You have one too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sold to another investor. That stuff fires me up. That's why you got to have a good follow-up system, guys, is you'll lose stuff just like that. Sold to an investor. Wasn't me. I don't know what he sold for. Let's go cultivating. We're going to go sold to somebody else. When people sell to other people, it's just like, yo, we didn't get it, right? He was in my list. He's been in there for 3 months. He sold it to somebody else. We didn't do a good enough job converting. That's just part of the game. It fires you up. It keeps you going, and you go from there. I mean, these leads have been in here for a while. So today I am going to hop off here.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jose?
Yeah.
Hey, Jose, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property on Himes in Wyoming. How you doing, man?
Good.
Do you want to sell that property or no?
For the right money, probably, yeah.
What's the right money? What do you want to sell it for?
So what do you offer?
What's that?
How much you offer me?
I don't know yet.
I want 250.
You want 250?
Yeah.
Are you flexible on that or no?
Probably not. I'll probably stay there at this nice house.
Gotcha. You and your family live there. It's not a rental property or anything.
No. That's my own house.
Gotcha. Tell me about it.
Say what?
Tell me about it. What's it look like? Does it need any work? Is it in great condition?
No. That's right condition. You can walk in and live in it. It's ready to move in.
Okay.
Maybe they were cleaned up, and I'm also got the tile floors and a big living room, big lot of space. Nice house.
Nice.
Two concrete driveways.
Well, I like where you're at by 36th Avenue. I think that's awesome. So at 250, I'm just not, man. So I'm an investor in the area. So I invest locally here in Grand Rapids. You know, as far as that goes, I'm not seeing things that sell in the 250 range. That's probably a little bit too rich for my blood, man.
Well, all depends. The house has got a lot of good stuff in it too, and like I say, no other houses around here has got 2 driveways. Mine has got 2 driveways. Then putting your furnace and water heater and central air and all that.
That's awesome.
Everything's worked perfect. Yep.
Yeah, that's super awesome. So, do you guys want to sell, or are you planning on moving? I mean, catch me up to speed on what your plan is. Obviously, I called you out of nowhere. You got to be thinking something.
Well, if you think about that, you can come and look at it, and you come with the cash. I sell it for that kind of money. Otherwise, no.
Gotcha.
Don't even bother. If you think about buying it, yeah.
So one more question before you jump off the phone. One more question, okay? What if I bought it for $250? Because I probably can't come up to that with cash. Would you own or finance it to me?
No.
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 Okay. Well, I think it's going to be a no-go, man. I don't think I can come up to the 250 with cash.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
All right. You have a good day, Jose.
If you come up with 250, I sell it to you.
All right. Unfortunately, I can't pay 250 for that one right now. So.
Because I got to have the money. If somebody want to buy it, so I have the money, I can move out and buy something else.
Right. Right. Yeah. You know, just right down the street from you, like on Wexford. There's one on Wexford, just like 3 streets over. That one sold for 168. And another one on Birch sold for 165. And so I just can't justify paying almost $100,000 more than what some of the other ones are selling for, if you know what I'm saying. I have the money to be able to do it. It just, you know, with those prices, unfortunately, I just can't make that work.
I understand. That's what I say. Problem houses wasn't not as nice as this one is.
Right.
All depends what the house got in it, you know.
I understand, man.
Got a new kitchen in that, new kitchen where I move in, countertops, and then new furnace, central air, new water heater, putting all the stuff. You need nothing. Everything works in the house. Perfectly.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
You don't need nothing.
Well, you know, one of the things I think that sounds like a really nice house, man. Like seriously, I think it might be something you could hire a real estate agent and throw it up on the market and, you know, try to sell it for as much as possible.
Yeah, the roof is not the greatest, but it's not leaking anywhere.
Okay.
In a few years, might need to put a roof on it. Yeah, but not yet. Still.
Yeah.
No ripping, nothing. No leaking anywhere. The garage, I got a big garage. Garage, I don't know, 30 by 34 deep.
Mm-hmm.
Big garage. Big garage.
Well, I'm probably not your buyer, man. I hate to say that. I'm just probably not your buyer because I'm like I said, it's not the right fit, right? I'm an investor in the area. I'd love to be able to own or finance it from you, but it sounds like if I did that, you would need the cash. You know, on a cash purchase like that.
What do you mean finance it?
Like if you wanted to play Monopoly, right? So the way to make the most amount of money with the property, if you need the cash now to go buy something, that's one thing. But if you're trying to make the most amount of money out of your property, think of who makes the most money in the world, right? The banks do, right? Like Chase Bank, Bank of America, all the big boys.
Yeah.
So the way they do that is they finance people on their properties. So they turn around to Jose and they say, hey, Jose, I'll let you buy this property. I'll give you the money to do it if you pay me back with interest. Well, if you want to put yourself in the same position as the bank, what you can do is you could turn around and say, you know what, I'll sell this property with owner financing. I'll finance it. I'll ask for a little bit down. I'll ask for an interest rate. I'll ask for a monthly payment. But we can negotiate that, and it keeps me as an investor with a lower, basically a lower cash on cash or a higher cash on cash return because I don't have to bring as much cash to the table, and I don't have to negotiate with the bank. So,
excuse me, let me say something. So what are you talking? I've set the payments, right? For bank, you know, monthly payment. That's what you're talking.
Yeah, you would get a monthly payment for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, no. I need my cash so I can move on and buy something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to finance nothing else.
You want to pay cash.
I'll be able to pay cash.
Yeah. Well, on a cash side, man, like I said, I would need some equity in the property, and it just doesn't sound like you want to give up any equity.
Yeah.
which is okay. That's totally cool. It just doesn't. It's just not a good fit for us, right? Where you just the stars aren't aligning and we're not dancing together. But I think if you were to go and hire a real estate agent or you want a recommendation, I could give one to you.
Hey, no, that's fine. I'm good in that. I'm good.
All right. Well, hey, man, Jose, I appreciate it. You guys have a Merry Christmas, okay?
You too.
Bye-bye.
That's my deal. Okay, bye-bye.
All right, Jose. Not interested. Any thoughts on that one, guys? It's always, when you pull away and someone really wants to sell and they start selling it to you, it's okay to just tell people, no, I'm not interested, right? Like, hey, I would need it here. I would be interested in this, but the stars aren't aligning for us and we can go down this route. What is, nice. Man, we're running into harder people. Stuff like this, guys. This is what builds the muscle. This is the hard stuff, right? It's the easy stuff. When you're going through the easy stuff, like the new leads and things like that, like you have good conversations. This stuff is a little bit harder. They've talked to more people. Hey, is this John? Hey, John, this is Ronald Walker. I was calling about your property in Willow Drive in Grand Rapids. I was just wondering if you're interested in selling that property or no.
Township's going to buy it.
Say that again. It sounds like you're kind of in a tunnel. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, I'm talking on it. I got a different connection on my phone.
Oh, okay.
The township wants to buy it.
Oh, interesting. Why does the township want to buy it? That's a new one on me. I haven't heard that.
Because they're going to make it into a tourist area with no houses.
Nice. That's interesting. That's pretty cool.
Township's going to give me 100% of the value.
Really?
That's what they said.
Wow. Because it's right there on the river, or?
Yeah, right on the river.
Gotcha.
How did you find out about it?
So I think me and you actually talked a little about, I don't know, like a month or two ago about the property and right there, but we looked it up. I think, I don't know if you remember me. You said you had an old buddy named Ronald Walker. That's my name too.
What was his name?
Ronald Walker.
Ron? Oh yeah, Ron. Okay.
Yeah, so that's me. I'm Ronald Walker. We talked a little bit a while ago. You said your lucky number was 33.
Yeah.
So anyway, are you planning on selling to the township? I know you're living there for a while. Are you thinking about selling a different way or just staying there? Like, what are you thinking?
I want to die here.
Yeah.
If I got a couple $100,000 right now, I might sell it.
Okay.
It's worth that. It's worth more than that.
Okay.
With the house included, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, with the house and being right there on the lake. I mean, it looks like a really nice area. At a couple $100,000, when you say that, I mean, is that flexible at all, or like, do you have a place to go? Because it doesn't really sound like you want to sell if you want to die there.
Hell no, I don't want to sell it. They're going to force me out of here.
Right.
God forces me out by dying.
That's pretty good. Well, hey man, just with what you're saying, I mean, it sounds like it's probably, I don't want to force you out of the property. I'm looking for another investment property and just calling back around to some people I talked to before. So,
Gotcha.
I think we just call it a no, bro.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, John. You have a Merry Christmas. Okay.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. How you guys doing? Hey guys, what's up? Ken, I hope you guys are doing good. There's a number here. All right, so I'm gonna call it. My breakfast is here. My son just brought it to me, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I also got to follow up with some dispo properties that I'm doing. I hope this is good. If there's something else you guys would like to see or a different format, this is just me doing live calls, right? Stuff I would do every morning anyway. So, but if there's something else you guys would like to see, let me know. I'd love to do that. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep jumping in and keep doing live calls. But for now, that's going to be it this morning. See you guys.